spending many years in prison after taking part in a rival gang member's meeting with the morgue in self-defense.
That's something. Whew. Only certain guys can do that. Ron Lyle was one guy who could hit you so hard it didn't hurt. No one else did.
Why are you qualified to fight Ali?
See, I don't think it really matters what you do while you're coming. It's what you do when you get there. The opportunity's here. It is my turn. Back then, he still is.
You're not afraid of him?
The Las Vegas Convention Center, the heavyweight championship of the world at stake.
It was 1975. Muhammad Ali, the greatest, had just conquered George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle. But now, he faced a different kind of beast-a-man forged in the streets, a dangerous former gang leader with a killer's instinct and nothing to lose. This was Ron Lyle, a convicted felon turned heavyweight terror. A man who learned to fight not in the gym, but in prison brawls. This wasn't just a fight, it was a war of wills. This is the story of an epic battle that defined courage, strategy, and the unbreakable spirit of a fighter.
And said, "My name is Muhammad Ali," and so it was.
Even the 8th round. What if we don't get today?
In this era, Muhammad Ali was already a global icon, the Olympic gold medalist. The man who dethroned Sonny Liston, the voice of a generation. But after his exile and return, he had to prove himself all over again, beating Joe Frazier in The Thriller, in Manila, and George Foreman in Zaire. Now, he was back on top, but Ron Lyle was no easy tune-up. Ron Lyle's story was straight out of a crime drama. A Denver gang leader, he was sentenced to 25 years for murder at just 19. But behind bars, he discovered boxing and it saved his life. Paroled after 7 years, he turned pro, bulldozing through opponents with terrifying power.
That was the hardest I'd ever been hit in my life. Only certain guys can do that. Ron Lyle was one guy who could hit you so hard it didn't hurt.
By 1975, he was a top-ranked heavyweight, and he wanted Ali.
Time from the Las Vegas Convention Center, the heavyweight championship of the world at stake. To fight, only to be vindicated after 3.5 years of enforced idleness by the Supreme Court of the United States.
In the early rounds, Lyle came out swinging like a man possessed. Ali, as usual, played mind games dancing, taunting, but Lyle wasn't biting. He kept marching forward, landing heavy shots to Ali's body. Ali, however, jabbed. He leaned on the ropes, studying Lyle like a chess player mid-game. Lyle won early rounds with clean shots and strong counters. But Ali knew his opponent's weakness, endurance. As the rounds wore on, Lyle's movements grew slower, his punches less precise. Then came the 11th round. Ali exploded with a flurry, a sharp right hand found its mark. Lyle staggered. The referee had seen enough. The fight was over. Ron Lyle, the man who fought his way out of prison, stood toe-to-toe with the greatest. He didn't win, but he earned respect. He proved that your past doesn't have to define your future. And Ali? He reminded us that brains can outlast brawn, that strategy, timing, and heart can overcome even the most dangerous of opponents.